Hi guys, so I'm here in New Caledonia on the Isle of Pine. We've been here for a week now. We started up slightly north on the mainland near a place called Boudet at the Sheraton Diva, and we had a fabulous time there. So I just thought it would be quite nice to do a little video and show you what my everyday holiday makeup looks like. I bring a bag this size with me, and that has all of my brushes and all of my makeup, my perfume in it. I just do really like natural makeup on holiday. I never do anything fancy. Oh, unfortunately, between the clouds, the sun, the outdoors, I think this is going to be a very interesting video full of different light and shade. But it's quite nice to be outside. Look, this gorgeous view behind me. This is just off the deck from our room. We're staying at the Le Méridien in the Isle of Pine, and we have got just like the coolest stuff to do here. There is amazing snorkeling and tours and the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen in my life, and I am just starting to get a little bump now that I'm almost 20 weeks is setting in. I have a pretty standard look over here. When I go on holiday, especially to the islands, I'm mainly doing quite a natural nude face, just very fresh and light, basic eyes, and brightening it up with bright lipsticks. So on the islands I wear much brighter colours than I normally would. In the daytime I normally wear sort of pinks and oranges. At night time I'll change it up by adding flicks and like a bright red or a sort of slightly darker bright pink. Because I'm wearing heavy sunscreen, I don't really need to put on a primer. If I do put on a primer, I put on a hydrating primer. Now I'm just going to check on my Chantecaille liquid Lumiere. Just apply this all over to give myself a healthy glow. My foundation of choice over here is my Chantecaille Future Skin, and I just apply this with a damp beauty blender. Now I'm not looking for a really heavy application because I just want to have like a healthy, natural, dewy glow, and this is definitely my favourite foundation to get a natural look. It's just so light and so healthy, and I find because it's so good for my skin, it doesn't really, it's more of a skincare than a foundation. It sort of just looks like I'm really well moisturised all day. It doesn't crack, doesn't sink, and that's what I'm really looking for. So I just stipple that all over. And then I'm going to use my RMS Un-Coverup. This is definitely one of my favourite concealers. I'm just using this with the back of the beauty blender. Just pop that under my eyes, over my eyes, across the bridge of my nose, because that gets quite red and discoloured. And I'm just going to bring it down across my cheekbone and under my cheekbone where I get quite bad redness. And I love this one when I'm over here as well because it's a coconut oil based. It's all natural. Once again, like, it's not such a big deal. Now I do find this stays really well in the water. It must be the coconut oil in it, but it stays really well. It's also not such a big deal if I forget to take it off or don't take it off properly when I go to bed. They don't give me breakouts. They seem to be relatively good for my skin, which is nice. Now I'm just going to use my Chantecaille liquid Lumiere as a highlight. Chuck it onto the end of my beauty blender and highlight my cheekbone with it. Up around and under my eyebrow as well. I love this stuff. I'm getting to the very end of my tube and I've already bought another one. I use this almost every day just before I put my foundation on to get that glow, and I love it as a really subtle highlight, which over here is all I'm looking for. Now I have also bought my Stila illuminating powder with me. I am just going to use a big fluffy brush and set under my eyes. Now because it's quite hot over here and everything stays quite sticky on my face, I don't want to rub, I just want to pack my powder on. I find this set of foundation and concealer is the best over here just because it is so damn hot. And I do have dehydrated skin, so normally in the islands I have massive issues with my foundations just like caking and going really crusty super quickly. That doesn't really happen when I use these. So now that's all set, I'm just going to take my Stila All Day Bronzer and give myself very, very light contouring under my cheekbones. And just the tip of my nose. So I just go under my nose and up the sides very lightly. I'm also going to take my Stila 21 and Dior Glowing Gardens and give myself just a splash of colour up my cheeks. Because I'm going super basic up for my day wear look, I'm going to use the MAC Lingering Eyebrows Crayon. In the evening I will change this to use like my gel cream and a brush. This one's also great in the water as well. It doesn't sort of smudge everywhere, it either stays on or just sort of disappears. Now normally my brows would be sort of in a better tattooed condition and I wouldn't even need to do this in the daytime, but I'm going to be about 6 months overdue getting them redone due to this pregnancy, and I will just brush that out with a spoolie. Before I do my eyes, I'm just going to prime my lips with the MAC Prep and Prime. I'm just going to apply MAC's March Forward all over my eyes. I don't bother using a eyeshadow primer unless I'm doing sort of a more intense eye look, and then I would use my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, which I have got here just in case. I'm also just going to take Matte Texture. It's a nice like muted brown with my MAC 224 and just chuck that very lightly into the crease. Now I'm going to take my 214 and just chuck it underneath my eyes as well as a very light liner. Let's take my Gigi Hadid gel liner in Nude and line the waterline with that and just chuck it into the corners as well. I am using the Maybelline Lash Sensational on this trip. I'm just trying to see how it wears really. I keep telling myself I should grab a waterproof mascara for while I'm here, and then I always forget. So I am using the Gerard Cosmetics Hydra Matte in West Coast on my lips. This is one of my favorites when I'm on holiday. It's super bright and of course it sort of stays on. Spray it with my mini Urban Decay Fix Plus. 15 minutes and my makeup is done for the day. So I very nearly forgot to tell you about my absolute godsend over here because obviously I'm wearing makeup. It is Cosmetics Reflect Broad Spectrum SPF Sunscreen. It is spray on, so I can put it over my makeup. Just spray it on. And if you do get any like little white bits, which I haven't, you can just press it in. Oh, there we go. and gives you protection, and it looks gorgeous on. Like, it's a beautiful mist. It's great to have SPF without having to rub all of my makeup off. This thing is like a godsend for me in summer, and especially when I'm on holiday in the islands and still want to look pretty. Mwah!